Listen to this.
Greetings to everyone. Today we are here to cultivate wisdom for the mind to awaken and illuminate the formless, clear, and pure life element within us. Our mind is the original element, the source that existed before all things. This is why it is called the primordial element, the original nature that neither comes nor goes, is never born, never perishes, never dies. It is not darkness, nor is it light, but it blends seamlessly with all things. It is one with the clear, empty space that lies before us. This nature is not connected to anything not to matter, form, or substance. It is a life essence without shape, without sound, without even what we call thought. The voice we are using now to communicate is merely a tool that comes with the body, meant only for worldly expression. It is not part of the mind's true nature. Have you ever noticed the voice in your head that speaks without your permission? You may be doing something ordinary, washing clothes, for example, and suddenly a thought appears. What should I eat this evening? Can you see that voice? It arises on its own, uninvited. It floats up out of nowhere. So, the question is, who is it speaking to? Have you ever paused to notice that you've just eaten, and yet while quietly doing chores, this voice emerges again? What should I eat for dinner? If we can simply see that voice, observe it as it speaks, and suddenly ask, if this voice is not me, then where is their me? If the voice is not me speaking, then where is the self? A deep realization begins to stir. If it becomes clear that this voice is not who we are, and we recognize that it is this very voice that creates all the stories, all the complications of life, tears may fall. A profound knowing strikes through. If that voice is not me, then who or what is? If this realization truly dawns, if the mind awakens in that very moment and sees through the illusion completely, something breaks, something severs, and in that break, we will know. We are not human. We have never been born into this world, not even once. This kind of knowing, no one in the world has ever taught us this. Has anyone ever told us that we are not human? That we have never truly been born into this world? In school, no one taught us this. We've spent our entire lives working. Some people reaching the age of 80, has anyone ever come along and pointed this out? This voice that is speaking now, the one forming words as my mouth moves, can anyone see that it is not really me who is speaking? I'm not here to teach you what to believe. I'm here to point directly to what is appearing right before your eyes, right before your heart, in plain sight, in plain hearing, in this very moment. If we truly understand this present moment, this now, this very breath, we may see that the voice we hear speaking is the one creating every single thing in our experience. Why do we let ourselves be carried away by it? Why do we follow the meanings assigned by language? You might say, well, it's for communication. But can you see the sound itself, the sound with no form that's revealing its formlessness right before our eyes, right here and now? Can anyone see that the voice we hear has no body, no shape, cannot be grasped? Can you see deeply that this voice is like the wind, formless, passing, and yet we cling to it? We cling to the wind. And who can see that this voice is not really a voice at all, but merely a ripple and echo within nature? Can anyone perceive, with subtle clarity, that this ripple rises from within, that it emerges from the formless life element within us? Who can see this? The voice says, this is my left leg, this is my right leg. Look directly, do these parts of the body say anything by themselves? Do they claim to be anything? It is only the voice that speaks and assigns meaning. It names, defines, and dictates everything. It gives value to all things. And whoever truly sees this, tears will fall. It will burst forth from within. They will see that nothing at all is me. All the knowledge we've carried since birth, up until this very moment, even at 80 years old, will shatter into fragments. It will dissolve entirely.
The sense of self will vanish. Who can truly see this? Is it too direct? Can we bear this kind of truth?
Our nature, the way we've lived, began with belief. We believed that doing things a certain way would lead to a certain result. But look, has it turned out the way we thought it would? Has it unfolded as we believed? We believe that if we become wealthy, we'll be happy. But how has that turned out? Are we wealthy yet? Are we truly happy? We tell ourselves, no suffering allowed, don't feel unhappy. And yet from morning to night, it's as if we are chained and pulled from task to task. Do you know who is pulling you around like this? Do you know? The moment a thought arises, what should I eat this evening? It has already begun pulling us. Can you see that? Can you see how it starts leading us? Let's have chicken tom yum soup. Can you see how it suggests it? And along with that suggestion, there's even an image of the soup simmering in the pot. Can you see the image? It's already pulled us in. Then the voice continues. After finishing the laundry, go to the market. Buy some vegetables. Buy chicken free-range chicken. Do you see this voice speaking? It's pulling you further. Once the laundry is done and hung to dry, we pick up our bag and head to the market, still following the voice. On the way, it says, "Oh, a big watermelon would be nice." And so we glance at a large watermelon, exactly as the voice suggests. "This one," the voice says. So we choose it, just as instructed. The vendor tells us, 100 baht. Then the inner voice says, "That's expensive. Should we ask for a discount?" And so we open our mouth and say, "Can you lower the price a bit?" "It's too expensive. No discount?" The voice speaks again. "If she won't lower the price, don't buy it." When the vendor replies, "Sorry, the profit margin is small, I can't reduce it," the voice reacts, "Then never mind. Change your mind." And just like that, we don't buy it. This voice is with us constantly, whispering, directing, pulling, deciding from deep within. Do you see it? Do you see the voice that speaks constantly? Do you know who you really are? You are not that voice. You are not the one being pulled along. You are the formless mind, the transparent, pure life element. You are the original source. Has anyone ever taught you this? That you are not the one being led, not the one speaking, not the one reacting. That you are the formless awareness in which all of this appears. Few ever point to this. Few ask you to look at this deeply. But if you see it, truly see it even once everything begins to change, the voice loses its power, and in its place clarity begins to dawn. The awareness that hears the voice is not the voice itself, and in that realization, the chain begins to fall away. The mind, or the formless life element within us, has come to dwell in this body temporarily. For what purpose? To learn what we truly are. We were not born into this world merely to eat watermelon. We were not born simply to busy ourselves with maintaining this body. We have come to inhabit this physical vessel for a time. We use this voice that is speaking now. Are we aware of this, that we are only borrowing these things for a while? We rely on mental images. For example, we imagine going to buy a yellow-fleshed watermelon, any variety, as long as it's a beautiful, ripe yellow one. The image arises. Can you see it? If we get it, and the moment the knife slices through crack, it bursts apart, the flesh is crisp, firm, golden. If we scoop it with a spoon and place it in our mouth, it must be so cool, so refreshing. Do you see the feeling arise? The pleasure, the satisfaction. The image appears, and the voice describes it. We are simply using these tools. We are not truly human. Can you grasp that? We are the formless, transparent, profoundly pure life element, temporarily inhabiting this container of flesh. We use voice to communicate, but only as a temporary tool. We use mental imagery. We use emotion. These are only functions used for navigating this world. We even rely on perception. Right now you're hearing this sound. Can you see that? You don't need to try to hear. It happens by itself. The breathing happens on its own. the blinking of the eyes, it happens by itself. These processes carry on, completely independent. So then where is the self? The heart beats by itself. Breathing happens without us needing to train it. Hearing occurs on its own. Smelling arises by itself, right? Do we have to instruct it? Smell this now? No, it simply smells. Sight too, it happens on its own. Can we tell the eyes, I don't want to see right now? Try sweeping your gaze from left to right. Look at everything in this world, just let your eyes move slowly across it all. As you do, there's only this seeing of something, though you don't quite know what it is. It just sees. It just knows, in the way that it knows. But there are no words within it, no language that says what is being known. In the very moment of knowing, of being aware, a voice arises in the mind. The clouds are thick today, will it rain? Or, it's sunny today, not much wind. Can you see each word of that inner voice? It's as if chains are being wrapped around our neck, our arms, our legs, pulling us to follow wherever it commands. We rely on this voice. Yet we are not the voice. We are the formless life element. And to understand anything in this world of forms, we must temporarily inhabit a body. To function here, we rely on this voice in the mind. We rely on mental imagery, on emotion, on perception, on memory. We depend on all of these. Do you understand the word rely? We rely on these things. We rely on the body, on the voice, on imagination, on feelings, on memory, on sensory awareness. We are using these things. So when will we stop relying? That's a simple question. When will we stop relying? Do we realize that this body won't last long? I'm speaking the truth now, but can we bear to hear it? Has anyone ever truly told you this? That this body won't last. Soon it will break apart and die. Even if you've never had cancer, you may. Even if you've never had allergies or high blood pressure, you may. The strong body you once had will weaken. The energy you once carried will fade. Can you accept this truth? It could be this very evening that the body collapses and dies. It could be tomorrow, a month from now. Time passes, and what are we doing? What are we searching for? Let me ask, are we just trying to survive? For what? To become wealthy, to gain status, to be respected and admired, to have everything we want exactly as we wish. Suppose we could have it all. Suppose the entire world was handed to us, everything. Would that truly make us happy? How long would it last? Sooner or later this body will break down and die, and everything we've struggled to gain, everything we've chased after our whole life, none of it will be able to help us when the body falls apart. When the body dies and is burned away, where is the self then? The body goes to ash. So where is the one who lived inside it? I have spoken clearly now. We are relying on something that is not truly ours. We are the life element that has no form, clear, very pure. It is called the mind, called the life element. When this body dies for whatever reason, let me ask, all the things we struggle to obtain, the anger, hatred, vengefulness, suffering from this and that, carrying those things, clinging to these things, worrying about this and that, if our body suddenly collapses and dies without warning, walking and slipping, head hitting the ground, then where are all those things we were so worried about, that we said we possessed this and that? Will we be happy with the dreams we imagined, the things we believed? So then, what is it that truly belongs to us? Tell me, where is our true self? Can we accept the truth? When this body stops functioning, breaks apart for whatever reason, which it is always ready to die at any moment, have we ever asked ourselves, why were we born? What is it that we really want? We already have everything, don't we? But still, it's not what we truly want. We have a husband, a wife, sons and daughters, a house, a car, wealth, careers. Oh, we have everything. But still, there's this feeling that we want something more. If we really had everything, why do we still have to wake up early and come home late every day, always busy? Why are we so busy every day even though we already have everything? Why are we still suffering?
What is it that we truly want?
In the beginning, we were the life element, we were mind, life element, formless, light and free. Imagine having no form, wouldn't that feel light and comfortable? It's a clear element that blends into the whole universe. Don't you think that feels light? It's light and spacious. But then when we put on this body, we started to feel heavy, very heavy. And then we put on clothes. We had to learn to remember. Everyone taught us to remember. So we remembered images, sounds, smells, tastes, touch. We remembered it all. We had to remember this language too. We had to remember emotions, what each emotion is like. We had to remember all the emotions. We had to play with emotions, had to be aware of everything, and had to remember everything. Even our name, we had to have a name and remember what it is. And we have a surname too. We're not allowed to forget our surname. We have to remember it. We have to remember that we are male or female. Now we're 80 years old. We have to remember that too. We have children, grandchildren, a family, relatives. We have to remember all of that. This is our land. This is our house. This is the make of our car. All we do is remember and carry, carry, carry. Isn't it heavy? In the beginning we had no form. We were a clear life element with no shape. Then why does our mind or life element have to dwell in these containers? Why do we have to put on these forms? Because the mind or life element cannot understand itself. For us to know what we are, we need tools. Do you know that the mind, or this pure, clear life element within us, has no form at all? It is the immortal element that merges into the entire universe. We have nothing, no body, no shape, no voice to think, no ability to imagine, no emotions, no perception of anything. It is a natural state that cannot understand itself because it lacks any tools. For this life element to comprehend anything, it must undergo transformation. It must emit energy to generate certain manifestations. It must attach to something. Therefore, we had to create a kind of phenomenon to perceive the very manifestation we generated. We rely on this phenomenon as a tool. It is like this. Imagine we are a single clear drop of water. We are pure, transparent water. What is the nature of clear water? It has the substance of water, and it has surface tension. Right? When something touches the surface of this water, the nature of the water, when impacted, must inevitably register the contact. The recognition of contact causes an effect. It ripples, ripples, ripples. This is the nature of our mind that has transformed in order to perform the function of perception, and then it clings to material elements. Thus, we become attached to material form, which is called the body. Then the rippling begins because of contact. Perception arises, and then it ripples. We begin to learn, begin to remember, begin to imagine images, remember sounds, imagine sounds, produce sound through speech, and begin to feel emotions. We begin to express various behaviors through the body in order to communicate. Then we believe that we are human, and so we struggle to acquire everything we desire as our own. But is it truly ours? We kill and destroy one another. We fight over land. Is this really our land? Do we know the truth? We say this is our land, but in truth, it is the earth's land. This land belongs to this world. This land of the world has no true owner. Let's return to the body. Is this body truly ours? If it is our body, can we tell it not to age? Can we? Can we command it not to fall ill, not to get cancer, not to have allergies, not to suffer from gastritis, intestinal disease, stomach pain, diarrhea? Can we tell it not to develop high blood pressure, not to become diabetic? Can we give these commands? Why can't we? It's like receiving a brand new car at first. It's flawless. After a while, it begins to get dirty, starts to rust, begins to stiffen. The lubrication system deteriorates, starts to clog, fails to start. The electrical system weakens, begins to short circuit, begins to rust and decay. Just like this body. After a while, it begins to decline, starts aging, begins to fall ill.
It becomes just like that car. We get a new car. Look at that object. Has it ever said anything? Who is the one telling us what it is, assigning value and meaning to it, doing everything in our place? Who is the one giving commands to us? A voice arises and says, "This is our body. We are male. This is our name. This is our surname. This is our car. It's new. It's a Honda, a Mitsubishi." That voice speaks. That voice tells us, "That's our car, Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi." Have we ever noticed? That voice speaks constantly, while when we look at the object, it never says anything. But that
voice keeps telling us. Meanwhile, that object continues to decay until in the end it can no longer function. This is the outermost part. It is the physical body. Now let's take a look at another layer on the outside. Deep within, deepest inside, we are the life element, empty, clear, without form. This voice is the intermediary. We are the one that resides deepest inside, empty, clear, extremely pure. There is a middle layer, and that is this voice which we use to communicate. So we rely on this voice. Listen closely. We use this voice to understand everything. This voice exists in the middle. We rely on this voice to create the ripple, the trembling. This is our body. This is our name. We are male. This is what the voice says. The outer part, this mass, this vessel, doesn't say anything at all. Try looking at your hands, your arms, your legs. Do they say anything? Do they say, "I am a finger"? Do they say, "I'm left or right"? Do they say, "I belong to you"? Look at them. They don't say anything. But it's this voice in the middle that's the one talking. It's like an interpreter. Let me give you a clear metaphor. We are the one inside. We have no form. In order for us to understand anything, we must rely on this tool, this voice, mental imagery, emotion, perception. We rely on that which ripples like waves to communicate, to bridge between the body and us. There is a voice in the middle. We are the pure, empty, clear one dwelling inside. In order for us to understand what we truly are, we must rely on this voice. Do you hear this? We rely on it, which means this voice is not us. Because we rely on it, it's clear that this voice is not who we are. This voice says, "Look, that's our father and mother. They are our benefactors. They created us. Then we were born. We are their child. This is the house our parents built. So we are their children, and we will inherit the house. This is our land. This is our wealth. These are our parents' possessions." This voice says all of it. Who is able to see this? It's like this voice drags us along with it, and we foolishly allow ourselves to be dragged. Then it says, "This is our body. If we do this, we'll be happy." And so we struggle from morning until night, trying to follow what it says, hoping to find that happiness. Watch this voice closely. We're just washing clothes, same as usual. But suddenly the voice speaks up. If we worked a little harder, if we got a job at this company and worked from early morning until 8 p.m., we could get overtime pay. And after 8 p.m. we could take on a side job at the noodle shop. They'd give us 100 baht a day for 3 hours of work. Ooh, then we'd earn a lot of money. We need to work hard. If we work hard, we'll have lots of money. If we have lots of money, we can buy a car. We can buy more land too. We'll plant trees all over it. We'll live self-sufficiently. We have to save money. Okay, that's the plan. We must become this. There we've already started believing that voice that keeps speaking. All the while we are just washing clothes. We're just washing clothes, and this voice tells us to do this and that. And we go, "Oh, okay, got it." We believe what the voice tells us. Then we start working hard. We go find a job at that company, work like this, take on that side job. We'll save money for 5 years, but if we do it like that, it won't be enough to buy 10 ray of land here for sure. So let's go buy land in the countryside. We'll work here for 10 years. This company gives bonuses every year. If we save it up, we should get about 2 million. Then we can buy 10 ra of land in the countryside, live self-sufficiently. Yes, that's it. From now on, we must be diligent. 10 years starting today, okay. That's the plan. And so, we continue washing clothes. Do we even realize it? We've gone along with the voice again. Let's say it again. We rely on this voice to understand this body, to understand everything in this world. We rely on this voice. So the question is, when will we stop relying on it? It's a simple question. From the very beginning until now, it has only been this voice speaking. This voice has no substance. No one owns this voice. Who can see that this voice is not even a voice in the real sense because you can't touch it? When a voice floats in saying, idiot, fool, just a voice drifting in, and when we hear it, instantly we're enraged. Wait a moment. Why are we angry? Why out of nowhere do we feel angry? Why does someone cursing us trigger that? The voice speaks again. Let's go back. We believe that this voice has a self, that it has a form. Right now, we believe we are human. Look closely, we believe this voice has shape, has identity. But remember this well. We are the mind. We are the life element, pure and clear, without form. We rely on this voice. We rely on mental imagery. We rely on emotions. We rely on perception. We rely on these manifestations. And we rely on this body. Then the voice says, we are human. We are male. We have this name and that surname. We are still believing in the voice. We've already believed we are a person. After all this talking for 40 minutes now, if anyone listening up to this point understands and their tears fall, and they break free from the identity of being a person, then they will know we are the life element. This body won't last long. When it breaks down and dies, the mind or our life element will seek another body. And it might take on the body of a water-dwelling animal, a land animal, an underground creature, a bird, countless forms, millions upon millions before it ever becomes human again. To be born human is immensely difficult. And yet here we are again dwelling in the human vessel. And again we rely on this voice, rely on perception, rely on emotions, rely on imagination. When will we stop relying? This reveals that the mind, or the formless, pure and transparent life element, still hasn't found the answer. As long as this mind or life element doesn't know itself, it will continue seeking new bodies again and again, until it finds a body that can learn to know itself. We are fortunate to have been born as humans, to have encountered those who can point the way, guide, and teach us the study of the mind, the study of the life element. If we listen and incline ourselves to understand, we will realize that we are the mind, the life element. We are not this voice. The voice is merely a tool that we use. The body is also just a temporary tool we rely on. And we must hurry to understand the mind, the life element, for ourselves, not be swept away by the body and lost in it, not be led by the voice and lost in it, not be lost in mental imagery, emotions, or sensations of knowing. All of these are merely temporary instruments we inhabit in order to recognize that we are the pure, transparent life element. We have never truly suffered. Suffering has no self, no owner. Don't be foolish and suffer. Remember, every time we think or imagine, this is the key. If we can see that we are not the ones thinking, that the thinking voice isn't us, that it's merely an expression we are relying on, then we'll begin to see clearly. The voice that speaks in our mind, it isn't us. You see it, right? We're just washing clothes and suddenly a thought arises. What should I eat tonight? Then a voice answers, let's have chicken tom yum. Then another voice says, then we'll go to the market, buy some vegetables and chicken. And then it says again, okay, after we finish washing we'll go. See, it's just this voice talking and talking all the time, and we follow it. And worse, we believe we're human because of it. We rely on this voice. Who can see this clearly? The moment we truly see that the voice speaking isn't us, the mind is instantly liberated. Tears will fall. It will be like an explosion. It's as if we are a pure elemental force, an extremely pure energy that has the power to create everything. We project this current to attach to the body, the voice, the imagery, the emotions, the sensations. We create them with our energy, and then we cling to them. The way out is this. The mind, or life element, must realize that what it relies on is not itself. When that recognition dawns, the life element stops attaching. Right now it's like sending out little currents, like fine electric wires attaching themselves, but it's not even wires, it's energy. It's better to say we are a pure element. This pure element of ours contains electrons, protons, and neutrons spinning around us like waves of energy. These electrons, protons, and neutrons are constantly fluctuating around us. They ripple into sound, imagery, emotion, perception. This is the movement happening all the time. It is a natural force that accompanies us. We are like the nucleus in the center, while surrounding us are these spinning energies, constantly shaping, giving meaning, adding flavor. They spin us toward positive thoughts or negative ones, toward joy or sorrow. Understand this. Pleasure is the positive polarity. Displeasure is the negative happiness and suffering. There's energy spinning around us, but we are the transparent element, the nucleus, the pure element. We have no form. We are incredibly pure. We are this element, and we are one with the entire universe. In truth, this pure element of ours is so refined it doesn't come or go, doesn't arise or cease, is beyond time and distance. It is one with the clear, empty expanse of the entire universe. The whole universe exists within our mind. Oh, do you understand what I'm saying, O human? Just try to grasp it for now. What has been said here is already very clear. We rely on the energy that spins around us, energy that ripples and becomes sound. We rely on this, but this is not who we are. The moment we realize this with true clarity, that is called wisdom, 𝙈𝙗. Observe and listen to my recordings often, and this realization will arise. Whenever we turn inward, observe within, and begin to see the voice that speaks, "What should I eat for lunch?" Then the voice replies, "Let's have chicken tom yum." Then another voice says, "Let's go to the market, get some vegetables, get chicken, make sure it's free-range chicken." Then again the voice says, "Let's hurry up and finish the laundry first, then go." Do you see this? Do you see how it speaks like this? If you can truly see it, hey, all of this is just thoughts? Then the question arises, where is the real us in all of this? This is the mind, the life element. We don't yet know what we truly are. Can you grasp this? This pure, clear element doesn't know itself. In order to know itself, it must rely on these manifestations, on voice, on mental imagery, on emotion, on perception. But before any of that, it must first rely on a body. Once it inhabits the body, all these other things come into play and become accessible. Can you see that? They all become ready-made tools. And we are fortunate, so fortunate to be born human. We've been through countless cycles as different kinds of animals already. We were born, struggled to survive, consumed and were consumed. We ate others, and they ate us. We felt anger and hatred, and they felt anger and hatred toward us. Quarreling, fighting, competing, destroying one another, just like the world we see today. When we were sea creatures, land animals, birds, we lived the same way. Consuming and being consumed, destroying and being destroyed, boasting, showing off, claiming, "This is my body. I am the most powerful. I am the best." Fighting, biting, attacking over and over again. We've been like this all along. But we never knew. We've never truly been any of those things. We only thought we were human. We wanted to be powerful, to be someone great. But in truth, we are the life element, formless, transparent, pure. Yet once we came to dwell in a body, we were taught to think, to remember, to imagine, to learn how to consume others,
to destroy others, to compete with others, to take everything and make it ours. This is our land, we say, and so we kill one another over territory, over food, over resources. But all of it belongs to this earth, it doesn't belong to anyone. Has anyone ever taught us this before? This world will be peaceful and serenity when we all realize the truth, that we are the life element. Then this world will no longer be filled with conflict and killing as it is now. It will enter an age of true civilization, an age where all beings live together in peace and harmony. Please share my recordings with everyone in the world, children, the elderly, the disabled, women, men, every gender, every age, and
every caste, every social class, every belief system, every religion, every nationality, every race. Let everyone hear. Let my teachings be brought into the education system so that all may listen and learn the study of the mind, the study of the formless life element within us. This is the one subject we've never taught each other. We may have studied everything else the world or even the universe has to offer. You could have 8 million doctoral degrees and still suffer just the same. You will never be free. We are born only to age, fall ill, struggle to learn, and then die without gaining anything real from this life. And then we're born again, as another creature, born only to die. Born to die like this, endlessly. It's a cycle of being born just to die utterly meaningless. The only thing of true value is to not be born again, to truly know the truth, to know reality. What I teach is to help you know the truth, not to believe blindly, not to be superstitious, but to observe. And when you truly see this truth, your tears will fall. When I turned inward against the current and awakened within, I saw the voice and realized, it is not me. And in that moment, my mind was severed completely. It broke free. Even knowing that was there, it wasn't me who knew. The understanding wasn't mine. I kept observing, seeing it unfold within, until I clearly saw it wasn't me. And when this pure element, the life element, accepted the truth, it broke free completely. It was like pulling a high-voltage wire, pulling and yanking hard. Snap! It tore apart. It exploded. Boom! At that moment, when the current was still running through the wire, and as it was being pulled apart bit by bit, the explosion came just as it disconnected. That was when my mind snapped, broke free from all these conditions, and came to know its true nature. That clear essence, that formless, pure life element, it knew itself. Just imagine how spacious it was. It was open, weightless, merging into the whole universe. There is no form. In that space there is no coming or going. There is no time, no distance, no gender, no name, no surname, no voice, no mental imagery. Voice exists only for use in this world. We rely on it for communication here. But in the pure element, there is no need for voice, no need for imagery, no need for emotion, no need for any sensation of knowing. Not even memory is needed. The pure element merges into everything. It does not need to learn through language. In order for us to learn anything, we must use language to communicate. We rely on emotion, mental imagery, and perception as tools for interaction, for learning, for thinking, for using logic, calculation, and for possessing knowledge and understanding. Isn't that right? But the pure element isn't anything like this. It's as if it exists in an entirely different dimension. The dimension of form includes dimensions 1, 2, 3, and 4 dimensions of shape. There is width, length, height, thickness, time, and distance. These are dimensions used for learning and understanding. But our formless life element exists in what could be called the zero dimension, a zero element. It has no time. It has no dimensions. It is zero dimension itself, an immortal element. Within it is a transparent, pure essence that merges into everything. If we wish to know something, we merge into that thing like pouring air into a space where there was no air. As soon as it enters, puffed, it merges into it, or like pouring water into any space, into any container. Once it's poured, it instantly flows and merges with everything. We are not a liquid, but we are a clear, formless element, a primordial essence called the original element. Before there was a universe, before stars, before the sun, before black holes, before even the tiniest speck of dust, before darkness and light, there existed this pure element. That's what we are, the clear, formless life element that has been here since the very beginning. And then came the great explosion from that point. That is what is called the Big Bang Boom. A massive force of energy burst forth from this original essence. As that immense energy exploded outward, it began to spin with intense force, giving rise to tiny particles of dust. And from there, the smallest elements began to form nuclei, electrons, protons, neutrons, all of it, tiny fragments, scattered and multiplied. They began to spin, to attract one another, to gather and condense. And from that compression came shape and form, the beginning of stars, which at first were filled with heat. Some of them eventually cooled down, while others burned even more fiercely, becoming suns, radiating tremendous energy and pulling all surrounding matter to orbit them. Among the stars, some of the gathered dust cooled down, and that's when our life element began to attach, began to inhabit that dust, those stars. And that dust began to give rise to life. One-celled organisms, then two-celled, then multi-celled. We began to dwell within them. Do you understand now what it means to say, we dwell? We began to dwell in tiny particles of matter, and from there, life emerged because we are the life element. And so the cycle began. We consumed one another, from that day until now. Time? Don't even speak of it. Infinity. We've changed bodies millions upon millions of times. And when you really look at it, it's utterly foolish. We die, snap, then get a new body, start over, learn again, feed again, then die again, get a new body again, learn again, eat quickly, grow quickly, reproduce quickly, die quickly, then start over with a new body. This has been going on endlessly. Even with the final form we call human, we do the same thing. This cycle of birth and death. Birth and death, there is only one way it can end. The mind must awaken and realize its true nature, that it is the mind, the life element, which is empty, transparent, and pure. The voice is only a tool we use. It is not us. This body is not us either, it never was. How could it be? It's going to die. How long can it really last? But the real issue is the voice, this thing we rely on. Can you see it? It speaks on its own. If we can see that this voice is not us, that it has no form, no self, no substance, it just floats, says what it says, then no matter who insults us, calls us weak, fat, skinny, clever, or anything else, we will not suffer. Because it's just a voice, it has no self, it cannot be touched. But when we hear the voice snap, we become angry. But why? Where is anger? Does it have a form? Does it have substance? Can it be touched? Just like suffering, why do we suffer? Why are we foolish enough to suffer? The emotion of suffering has no form, it cannot be grasped. And the voice too, it has no form, it cannot be touched. Can you see this? The voice thinks by itself. It speaks by itself. Imagination forms by itself. Emotions arise on their own. Awareness happens on its own. It smells by itself. It hears by itself. You don't even need to try. Hearing simply happens. So where is the self in all of this? Let the mind answer. If we observe deeply within and see, hey, it knows on its own. Hey, it's speaking on its own. Hey, then where is me in all of this? Let the mind answer. When we see this clearly, the mind will break free. If we can see that the voice, the imagery, the emotions, the sensations, they arise on their own, think on their own, feel on their own, they are simply a natural phenomenon that is not us. Then we begin to realize, why have we clung to these things? That understanding sinks deep, deep into the heart, truly understood. Listen to my tapes often. It won't take more than a month. If you're dull, maybe a few months, but many are sharp. One tape click, they understand. Tears fall,
the mind breaks free, it explodes. And when that moment of freedom comes, it's as if all the knowledge we've gathered throughout our life shatters into pieces, and we come to realize we are that clear, formless essence. In this pure element, there is no suffering, only purity so pure, so free. It is the awakened element, radiant, spacious, light. It is the life element in its purest form. We are that pure nature, always fresh, always alive. In this space, there is only brightness. It is immense, and it knows with its whole heart that it will never be born again. Nothing could cause it to arise again. Even right now, as these words are spoken, there is no sense of I speaking. There is nothing left. This voice is only being used as a tool for communication, but there is no clinging to it at all.
I have taken this language and used it to communicate with human beings in this world, to tell all of us that we are not human. And this language we use for communication, it doesn't truly exist as a real entity either. So, let us not cling to this voice, this knowledge. Do not hold on to it. Use it only so that we may ultimately let it go. The moment we understand this point, it's like we are trying to reach a mystical island, a wondrous, radiant island. So we built a boat in order to travel there. We journey for so long that one day we begin to believe that we must live on this boat forever, that there is no island, and no way to ever leave this vessel. But the moment we arrive at that radiant island, we step off the boat without hesitation. For on that island, everything we seek already exists. The boat becomes instantly meaningless. We never wanted the boat. We built it, yes, but we didn't want the boat. We wanted to reach the island. In the same way, we come to inhabit this body, this form, this vessel only temporarily, in order to let it go. We dwell in this body just long enough to realize that we are the pure, transparent life element. We rely on this voice in order to let it go. We rely on mental imagery in order to let it go. We rely on emotion, on perception, to ultimately let them all go. Because none of these things truly belong to us. And when nothing is ours, when there is no me, no mine, then suffering ends. There is no more harm, no more violence, no more destruction. The world enters a new era, a core of true peace. This is the universal essence, the path to freedom from suffering. This is the one knowledge, the one teaching that we must all hear. So listen, truly listen. Listen to my recordings. The first time, the second time, maybe you'll understand just 5%. But after 5 more times, you'll begin to grasp 6, then 7%. Keep listening, over and over, until understanding reaches 100%. And when that happens, when it truly clicks, you will burst free from the identity of being a person. Watch closely. You will feel light, spacious. The more you listen, the lighter you feel. The more you listen, the more spacious, the more free. It's as if all the things you never knew, you begin to know. All the things you never understood, you now understand. And what you once clung to as you, as self, you will see. There is nothing of you left at all. And finally, at last, there came the moment of seeing clearly, who is it that knows? And with that, it all exploded. Boom! A total severance. Tears fell, streaming down, because there was no sense left of being human. Everything we once believed, that we had a family, a house, a car, that all of it belonged to us, was shattered, and we came to know we were never human at all. Oh, the vastness of it! Beyond words, no suffering remained. It was free, it was liberated, and it knew with absolute certainty that we will not be born again. Even now, as these words are spoken, there is no sense that I am speaking. The knowing that's here, the hearing that's happening, there's no longer a me being the knower, the hearer, or the one feeling emotions. There's no grasping anymore. And yet everything still functions just as before. This body still does its work. It still ages, still gets sick, still deteriorates, still dies just as before, and that's okay. Let it be. We are no longer involved. Whether emotions are good or bad, let them be. Once the mind has broken free, what's it like? Everything still operates as usual, because the body hasn't died yet. We live on, but in a new way, living without a self. Do you understand? It's living without a me. Anger may still arise anger, but without me being angry. It's like continuing to act in a play. Before we were acting too, but we thought we were the character. We wore the mask, played roles. But once the truth is known, oh, I am not this character, tears fall. And what happens next? We keep playing the role. Why? Because we've been hired to perform in this theatre. So we perform fully, just as before, but now we know with all our heart that we are not the character. The character still feels emotions, still struggles, still argues, still fights just as before. But it is not us. This is what freedom looks like. This is the end of suffering. When the body finally breaks apart, we become the transparent, pure element once more, no longer bound within this prison of flesh. So let us awaken within. Listen to my recordings every day. Listen until my voice echoes within your consciousness. Listen until my voice is there to remind you, moment after moment, until the awakening happens, and the mind breaks free completely and fully. Until knowledge fills every corner, until no suffering remains. Keep listening, and you will not be born again. You will no longer suffer. And now, the time is right. I shall end it here. May each and every one of you realize clearly and swiftly your own pure, formless life element. May it be so for all. If you're interested in these teachings on awakening, mind observation, and transcending suffering through wisdom, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your insights in the comments, provide productive feedback, and if you find this content valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.